So this is the story about me working with a doctor, and he's a very well-established doctor, and he has been into practice for I think about 16, 17 years. Um, but that's not the point. The point is that he had his own clinic, and the clinic was very large. He was doing very well. He used to get hundreds of OPDs every day, hundreds of outpatients every day, and then he had one policy, he had one philosophy, that he would consult everyone. He did not allow his staff, or he did not allow anyone to consult everyone. And fine, that is fine. And because of that, he became a bottleneck. So that is one part of the problem. The second part of the problem was that since he was becoming a bottleneck, he had to complete every consulting very quickly. He had to make sure that he would not be spending 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes just for consulting. He would try to finish it in 5 minutes, or max 10 minutes. And because of that, the conversion was dropping. The conversion from outpatient to inpatient, from outpatient to people who would take his treatment, was dropping drastically. There was a big disconnect, and that is the biggest challenge that he had, because outpatient is fine, but consulting hardly makes any money. The uh, and the whole objective is that patient should take treatment. If the patient doesn't take treatment, then how will he get cured? How will he improve? How will he actually get the solution to his problem? That is what we are trying to solve. That is what that is what when we started discussing, that is when he came to me, and that is when he said, Advait, this is my challenge, this is my problem, I'm not able to solve this part. I have to solve this. I said, doctor, you have to understand one thing. I am a marketing guy, but when I come from the marketing background, I look at everything in detail. Whether it's operations, whether it is um, the functioning of your team, whether it is HR, whether it is staff, whether it is client interaction, all the interactions that happen, which are manual, I treat them as part of marketing, because they are part of human psychology. They involve certain amount of influence. They involve a large interaction, and that is something that marketing can handle, and marketing handles, because marketing is all about communications. Marketing is all about sharing the right message with the right person at the right time, so that they are convinced. Marketing is all about convincing. So what I will do is, I will look at this operations part of you, of your business, of your practice, and I will look at that, and I will tell you what exactly needs to be done. The first problem, the first thing that we'll do is, we'll identify the bottleneck. Now, the bottleneck was obviously very clear, that he himself was the bottleneck, because if there are hundreds of patients coming in every day, how on earth possibly could he consult? He also had to do surgeries, he had to do treatments, he had to do other things, and so on. He was managing this clinic. So what we said is, okay, there are few things that we need to understand. First of all, make a list of all the points where you see that patients ask you. What are the top common questions? It might be 50 questions, that is okay, but we will take the whole day, and we will make a list of all the questions. Now, one thing which is very different is that I might have said top questions, but what I really want is all the questions. I want, you know, in your last 15, 16, 17 years, whatever questions that you've heard of, that is, list them down. Then prioritize them and say that, what are the top questions in terms of priority which people ask today, because 15-year-old questions might not be relevant. What are the top questions? Is it related to surgery? Is it related to pricing? Is it related to the doctor's capability? Is it related to the trustworthiness? Is it related to the hygiene factors? Is it related to the qualifications of the staff? Is it related to how much time it will take for recovery? What are the top categories? We created all those categories, and for every category we listed down at least 10 odd questions. The next thing that we did was, we said, okay, let's put this into a presentation. We had put it into a presentation and then broke it up into two parts. The first part was all about treatment, recovery, skills of the doctor, the science, the technology used, anything and everything around the treatment, and only around the treatment. The second part was all about other factors, other problems that people might have, whether it is pricing, whether it is the skills of the staff, whether it is hygiene, and anything today I want to share a and case anything study about and anything and everything about which is not related to treatment. That is what we focused on. So you understand this. Now, why did we do this? The idea was that when we had these presentations, then we created a small structure. We said now these can be answered by anyone. You just need to have a person who is fluent in speaking, who is good in communication, who can operate a presentation. You create a small cabin in your clinic in one corner, and in fact two small cabins. First, where people have treatment related questions. Second, when they have other questions, and we would send everyone over there. It's a cycle, it's a chain, it's a process. When a person comes to OPD, he obviously fills out the form and so on and so forth. And then the first thing that he does is he goes to cabin 1, then he goes to cabin 2. He gets all his questions answered. And once those are answered, then the second person also has the cross-selling job. He or she suggests that if you take the treatment from us, this is what we offer. These are the benefits, these are the offers, these are the discounts, this is so on and so forth going on. So that way, since all the information is already captured, you don't have to be there. That is what we did, and that resulted in huge growth, like I already told you, in terms of outpatient to inpatient. And it is all about creating that process. It is all about understanding the psyche of your patients and offering them what exactly they need in the most automated manner. And that's what we did, and I want you to do the same.